Penguin Random House Audio presents Rebel in the Deep by Katee Robert. Read for you by Nicky Endres, Zura Johnson, and Nathaniel Priestley. Chapter 1. Nox. Some days, I have to actually do my job. Those tend to be the bad days. The ones filled with violence and blood, and a sorrow so thick the entire crew can taste it on the air. Today is shaping up to be a bad day. "Hold it, Bowen," I snap. "If one of those tentacles makes it through your shield, we're in trouble." "I am holding it," the man at my side grits out. He's easily a head and shoulders taller than me, and twice as large, the muscles in his arms standing out in stark relief. He appears to be holding air, but it's just a physical representation of what his magic is doing. Mainly, protecting my damn ship. Another tentacle arches out of the sea and slaps down on the invisible barrier of Bowen's shield. Even with his deep well of power, he can't keep this up forever. Not when our primary shield already failed, which isn't something that's happened in the weeks since Evelyn has been aboard. The woman herself crouches behind us, frantically trying to remake the circle that will recreate the shield. When I dare a glance at her, she's looking shaky and paler than normal, her skin waxen. She meets my gaze, green eyes wide. "Is it the Kraken?" "No, Krakens can be reasoned with. Everyone!" I lift my voice, injecting a boom that will make my crew snap to action. "Attack the tentacles! Bowen, drop the shield when I go over." "Are you out of your fucking mind, Nox?" It's not the first time I've been asked this. It won't be the last. I shrug out of my coat and drop it onto the deck next to me. If I've learned one thing, it's that, when in doubt, it's best to brazen your way through. I don't have the same scale of power that Bowen does, but I have enough. I would prefer a peaceful resolution, but this beastie isn't cooperating. I'll get it to the surface. You rip it to shreds. His dark brows draw together. "How are you?" "Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to, darling." I yank off my boots. Even with magic, they're a pain to get salt water out of, and step onto the railing. "If I die tragically, remember me fondly." "Nox, damn you!" I dive over the edge before he can finish berating me. Bowen's got a paladin sense of honor, which means he's a stick in the mud, and he's always been reluctant to admit that sometimes it takes breaking the rules to come out on top. Since coming out on top of this current conflict means my crew lives and my ship stays intact, there's no room for negotiation. The water welcomes me like an old friend, my magic rising beneath my skin in response to my intent. It's difficult to see with the beastie churning through the depths, bubbles and tentacles everywhere. That's fine. I've worked in worse conditions. I pull a small funnel of air down to meet me and enclose my head, allowing me to breathe, and then cut down through the depths, propelled along by my water magic through the small hole Bowen opened in his shield for me. Most people have access to only one element, but I've never been like most people. I can wield all four. The thing has twice as many tentacles as a kraken, and is half as smart. Maybe not even that much. It completely ignores me, weaving around its body in favor of trying to eat my ship. Not today, darling. I dip between two massive tentacles and stop short at the sight of its massive mouth. A mouth, not a beak, as if I needed further confirmation. Krakens can be reasoned with. If they grow to ship-killer size, they're old enough to know when faced with a fight they can't win. They prefer easier prey than humans anyway. There is plenty to hunt in the cold, dark depths that won't rip you to shreds. I'm still a sap, though. Instead of immediately attacking, I project my voice through the water toward it. Stop attacking my ship! I already know it won't work, but it gets the beastie's attention on me. It opens its mouth wide, exposing row after row of razor-sharp teeth nearly as tall as I am. Okay then. I shove my hands forward, propelling air from the funnel and into its mouth. More and more and more, the force of it preventing the beastie from shutting me out. Too late, darling. My body shakes from the energy drain, but we're not done yet. The air fills it like a balloon, sending it toward the surface even as it keeps trying to eat me. It can't seem to figure out why the distance between us is increasing, which further proves that it's pure animal, if one of a truly monstrous size. It doesn't mean it deserves to die simply for existing, but it's eaten 4 trade ships in the last 4 weeks and shows no sign of slowing down. It swipes a tentacle at me, and I have to take the hit because all my magic is devoted into propelling it upward and keeping enough air around my mouth and nose so I don't drown. It's like someone dropping a ship on me. The tip of the tentacle is thicker around than I am. It slaps me hard enough that I see stars. I lose my grip on the magic bringing air to me, but not the air to the beastie. The Cŵn Annwn are the biggest monsters in Threshold, the realm that connects all realms in existence. But occasionally, one of the beasties wreaking havoc does need to be put down. It's always tragic. But again, that's my ship and my crew and my world. I'm not going to let a beastie keep eating people. One final desperate burst of power overloads its natural weight and creates enough buoyancy to send its form surging to the surface. My body shakes as I keep it going up and up and up. I can tell the moment Bowen's power takes hold, the weight against my magic disappears. I exhale slowly and start swimming. I'm far enough from the surface that I have to be intentional about my ascent. Deep pressure does a world of damage to the human body if not managed correctly. By the time I shoot from the surface and use the water to propel me back on board, it's raining blood. Bowen! Evelyn crouches on the deck with her hands over her head. Did you have to literally rip it apart? Bowen looks a little woozy, which is worrisome in a man that large. Sit down before you fall down. I nudge him with my fingertips, and he stumbles a few steps to sink to his knees next to Evelyn. The rest of the crew is looking just as dazed. We fought mermaids and other ships and all sorts of creatures we can't talk down, but I've never seen the audacity covered in this much blood. It matches our crimson sails. In fact, I'm the only one who isn't red and covered in gore. Well, I'm captain for a reason. It falls on me to snap everyone back to reality. I spread my arms and slowly circle. Well done, chaps. Callan, Gable. I snap my fingers at the two, who straighten to attention when I name them. Get the deck cleaned up as much as you're able. The rest of you, see what we can harvest of the beast. Evelyn will get shower schedules set up. We might have the magic of indoor plumbing in the pocket dimension inside the ship, but the resources aren't infinite. We'll have to make port soon so I can refill our freshwater stores. I turn to find my quartermaster, Poet, holding my coat. It wasn't spared from the carnage, now several shades darker than its usual crimson, and dripping the same gore covering everyone else. I sigh. Well, it was about time for a new coat anyway. Poet shakes her head, her long dark hair flinging blood. She's a
Sample complete. Ready to continue?